Hello, Sagittarius. Do you hear the church bells? Wow, really good timing, really good timing. Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading for May 20th to the 26th. This is for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. You know we're going to jump right into it. Wow. Welcome to your week. You see, we have the best and luckiest full moon of the year, okay? Of the year in your sign this week. Absolutely amazing. We also have Venus conjuncting Jupiter in Taurus, the first time in 12 years. We have 2 Pluto trines, and you see this major shift into Gemini. This is going to be major. You're definitely going to feel this shift into Gemini season, really affecting the air and the fire signs, but this is definitely going to be a week for you to remember. And I want you to know that you're already changing. Things are changing in your life. I want you to know that May is the best and luckiest month of 2024 of the entire year. You're feeling these shifts. You're feeling really good. We're coming after, and you're feeling a lot of big shifts. You know, you can even trace it back to the new moon total solar eclipse that we had in Aries, even eclipse season, right? The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that was in Taurus, like I said in your last week's reading, we're still feeling the thread of that. We had that new moon in Taurus that was so auspicious that just happened weeks ago. I mean, so much happening. A lot of seeds being planted for you, a lot of great things that are about to happen for you, and I'm really excited for you. You're definitely going to feel these big shifts. Now, okay, so let's get started. You see that we officially move into Gemini season right away on May 20th, okay? That's going to be Monday. Now, Sun in Gemini for the next 4 weeks, really social, really expressive. You're going to be going out there. You're going to have fun. You're going to be mingling with a lot of people. And you are definitely going to, even if you're in relationships, just going out, meeting other people. You could even be in a work capacity, going out with colleagues, but definitely a very social time. Even writing, there could be a lot of ways that you communicate now in different ways. But writing could be a big thing, researching. You could be learning a lot of new things around this time, and you're going to feel a lot of that too as we move into Gemini season. But it is definitely going to be a lot of curiosity that happens with, when the sun moves into Gemini, you just being, broadening your horizons, being open-minded to trying new things and whatnot. And you're Sagittarius. Y'all do that anyway. Very adventurous spirit. Now, on Wednesday, we have Sun trining Pluto, absolutely enormous, okay? Absolutely enormous. Trines are extraordinarily auspicious. They're so nice, okay? This is really big, Pluto being in Aquarius. Remember, Pluto moved into Aquarius this year, the first time in 250 years, right? And so the sun being in Gemini, listen, the sun being in Gemini trining Pluto. So yeah, we haven't seen this aspect in 250 years, but this is Sun in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, 2 air signs. So wow, talk about a lot of mental stimulation here. Talk about a lot of just, even just being mentally active and being very creative. I really love this state. It is all about empowerment, okay? We're talking about Pluto here. So this is all about your personal empowerment. This is you feeling very empowered in the way that you speak, important conversations that you may have around this time, especially with authority figures. I wouldn't be surprised. This is, again, Pluto at play here. But you, if you're looking for a raise, if you need to talk to your landlord, if you need to get things like that, you're going to feel that empowerment. I can do anything and I'm going to get what I want. You're really going to shine. This is about your personal transformation too. Okay. But really love this aspect for you. Pluto in Aquarius is in your 3rd house. Remember that. Okay. So Gemini is a native ruler of the 3rd house. You see this big shift with the Sun, Venus, Jupiter moving into Gemini. So a lot of 3rd house matters, communication, writing, researching, even siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, still likely a big thing for you. A lot of y'all have been moving, had a lot of family stuff happening recently as well, and that's still going to be happening, because you do have Saturn, Neptune, and Pisces in your 4th house. So very, and travel could be a big thing, and y'all love traveling, so I love this for you. You could be going on little trips, but keep in mind there may be something with other people's money as well. We are talking about Pluto here, but just definitely you may even feel compelled to go really deep, even on a psychological level, but just know this is your empowerment. This is, think of like Superman or Supergirl, right? Breaking free from chains of kryptonite. This is how you're going to feel this day. So I really want you to take advantage of this aspect, okay? Take advantage of it. Now, we get to Thursday, May 23rd. Wow. Look at what's happening. Let's start off with you, okay? Full moon in your sign. What does this exactly mean? Well, let me tell you, Sagittarius, I want you to know that you're definitely going to feel this full moon a few days before, a few days after. It is a very powerful full moon. It is your sign. It's Jupiter ruled, okay? Very, very, very optimistic. There's this adventurous spirit to it, a sense of freedom, a sense of freeness with it. Now, with full moons, they typically bring culminations, conclusions, endings. I want you to think about the beginnings that are happening, okay? Think about the other side of that, because look at everything that's happening this day. So with every ending, there is this new beginning, but just consider this day as a turning point for you. This is you. This is happening in your sign. This is you. You can do whatever. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel this energy. You're gonna feel very moved this day. Again, very, very nice day. Now you see that, and I want to hear from you when you'll just, things are changing for you for sure. Things are changing for you in this very optimistic way. Now you see that Venus is conjuncting Jupiter the next day. The second best day of the year, the second best and luckiest day of the year. You know, Jupiter is good fortune, good luck, prosperity, expansion, profit, right? Now, and it's arguable because there's another day that I really love that we'll talk about later in June, but it is the two benefic planets getting together to say, what can we do for Sagittarius that will make their life extraordinary? All right. So this is a second parting gift. Remember last week or 2 weeks ago, that new moon in Taurus, that was a parting gift for you. Now, Venus conjuncting Jupiter is actually happening in Taurus, okay? And it's happening just a little bit before Venus moves into Gemini. And that's because, it's at 29 degrees. Venus conjuncting Jupiter will be at 29 degrees. It's a critical degree. There's 30 degrees, right? So think of it as a graduation, right? There's some sort of graduation around this time, or there's some sort of like Miss America like wave, or like the kissy emoji or something. There's a parting gift that's just really, really excellent, really, really nice that's happening here in your sixth house. Everyday activities. You could feel your entire life changing around this time. Your daily routines changing around this time. The sixth house is also, work-related matters or something. Here, you could be getting something in terms of work. If you're a freelancer, maybe a new job, there's something in terms of employment, the process of work. Sixth house is also health and fitness and wellness. So you can see, even pets, you could be getting a pet. Like there's something here that's parting gift, even like healing around this time, but it is a two benefic planets. And then remember, Venus is not only love and relationships, it's also money. Okay. And so there could be something like with money here, Venus conjuncting Jupiter in Taurus hasn't happened in 12 years. So another rare aspect, but just think something is about to expand in your world that could be just extremely, extraordinarily nice. You could definitely feel this rush of energy, and feel free to do the Pulp Fiction dance on this day. You can even do it now while you watch this video because it's so nice. Now, you see that the same day, Venus will sextile Neptune and Jupiter will sextile Neptune too. Oh my diddly days. This is really big. This is Neptune. This is all about not only passion, but compassion. This is a whole other level, a whole other dimension. Neptune is imagination, it's inspiration, it's dreams, right? Pay attention to your dreams. It's spirituality. Like this is going to be really, really big. Venus sextiling Neptune, very romantic. I love this. Very social energy too. Remember, Neptune is in Pisces. So a lot of this can resonate with home. Things that have to do with home, properties, your family, children, your parents, your significant other. Just think like home related stuff. Now, Jupiter sextiling Neptune alone. I mean, Jupiter, remember, is faith, right? And your ruling planet. And so this is just so nice. I always say, like, if Jupiter and Neptune had a baby, it would be manifestation. This is definitely like very spiritually moving, just a manifesting kind of day. Like, I love it. Remember, good fortune around here. There's a lot of harmony around this. Really, 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 really optimistic and very sweet. And really just, again, having that faith that everything's going to work out for you. And if you are an artistic type, wow, this is just a creative burst of energy that you get, very visionary. It's just so special. Very special day. Now, on Saturday, May 25th, Jupiter officially moves into Gemini. Now, you see, we have the Sun, Venus, and Jupiter in Gemini. Now, Jupiter moving to Gemini, this is the first outer planet, okay? Changing signs this year. This is big, okay? Jupiter has not been in Gemini for 12 years, okay? So this is that cycle. We're coming to that cycle with Jupiter and Gemini. Now, Sun, Venus, and Jupiter all moving into Gemini. First things first, that's a lot of energy from the get-go. So you're going to feel that energy amplified. Now, Jupiter moving to Gemini and the Sun and Venus, your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Sagittarius, that's amazing. If you are like single and looking, this is the year you can find true love. If you are looking to start a business or partner up with someone in work or career, this could be your year. You know, out of all the signs, you have Jupiter in your 7th house, okay? Out of all the signs, out of all the signs will have the most luck and expansion and, you know, prosperity in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So this is not just this year. It's a whole calendar year. So until June 2025, this is going to be really, really big. So just think of like Taurus passing the baton of all this like prosperity and growth and good fortune and expansion to Gemini. Okay. Again, ruling your 7th house. So your world is about to expand in this really big way. Jupiter is in a Mercury ruled sign. So, and this is going to be for the, obviously for the entire year. So this is, like I said earlier, like really being social, and connecting with other people. It doesn't matter if it's like your LinkedIn community, colleagues, you know, at work, new colleagues as well, employees that you've hired, things like that. It could also be like, you know, friendships, platonic. It could be like romance. There's a lot of like social fitness around this time. Okay. Again, that like mental stimulation I really love. It could be even like very cerebral, you know, for you, but definitely curiosity, like I said, is going to be a big thing. Just really being open-minded to, you know, learning new things, communicating in new ways could also be a really big thing for you. Okay. You know, Gemini is a mutable sign, just like you, very adaptive, very adaptable, but really, really, really nice. Really, really nice. Now, it really is seeing the big picture here. And also, you know, when I talk about communication, you could find different ways of communicating this year. Okay. You could be finding, that's so funny. Look what flipped over. It was the moon. Well, the full moon is in your sign this week. What a peekaboo. What a peekaboo. All right. That's a little peekaboo from the universe. But what I was saying is that, you could find different ways of communicating this week, like on so many different levels. It doesn't matter if it's in person, on Zoom, on, you know, other like DMs, things like that. Doesn't even matter. You definitely can feel a big focus on communicating and communications this week. All right. So just think of like Amy Adams in Arrival. All right. Look, really finding different ways to communicate for things to make sense for you and to a degree as well. Now, on the same day, Venus will trine Pluto. Wow. This is a lot of like sexual energy, a lot of intimacy, romance energy. If you're here for that, this is also money. This is also money energy. Remember, Venus is not only love and relationships, but it's money as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is a very powerful trine. Again, very auspicious. If you're not here for either of that, just passions. Think about your passions. There's so much passion energy, all right? And remember, Venus is in Gemini, your 7th house of partnerships, all right? Pluto and Aquarius in your 3rd house. So that is communication. It's also siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, things like that. There could be someone that you meet that introduces you to someone else. I mean, you know how those things work, but remember, communication above all is likely going to be a big priority for you. But again, really big day. So Sagittarius, let's do it. Let's see what's going on for you for May 20th to the 26th. For Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, this is the one time a year where I remind you this. Oh gosh, another card flipped over. Oh, and now two cards, King of Swords and the Six of Cups. Great cards, great cards. If they show up in your spread, I always say this, you know that it was meant to be. We're going to talk more about it. That is a sign. But what I was going to say, this is the one time a year when Jupiter shifts signs. I really want you to focus on your rising sign. If you're not reading your rising sign, I want you to watch your rising sign, because it is, you know, a lot of this, every aspect that I talk about really going to resonate more for, you know, rising. And I do have a video on the main page of this channel that talks about your rising sign, how you can find it if you don't know it, etc. So take a peek at that, because I always say, like, why would you not want to know the other area of your life where you're going to get an amazing, absurd amount of luck and prosperity? Because remember, you take your sun and rising and merge them together to get the full picture, to get the full horoscope, to get the full everything. All right. And your moon as well. You know, the big three. That's the big three: sun, moon, and rising. All right. But anyway, let's get to it, Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on for you for this week, May 20th to the 26th. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to. All right, there we go. That's where it is. So, Sagittarius, who am I? Sagittarius, if you, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. You know that we will. Come on, with this full moon in your sign, this very optimistic, happy-go-lucky, fun. Wow. Oh my goodness, you are oh my gosh. So literally everything that I just said is happening right here. Wow. Okay, so you're good. I'm gonna start doing that. You got the Nine of Swords, but in your past, all right? So really like that fact that you got the Nine of Swords in your past. It seems like there is possibly something that you had a lot on your mind. You can see him sitting up in bed, hands over his face. Could be the sword stacked over his head. Sword's the air suit, right? The mental suit. Things going on up here. There were possibly some things that were maybe stressful, maybe things that you were overanalyzing too. But it seems for me that there was something with another person that's involved here. It could be even like a group of people, or like even a friendship. But there just seems like there was something that there needed to be like coming together, you know, nipping things in the bud. But it is also you having to take care of yourself. I want you to do that as well. Being in a good headspace, like, you know, really good mindset. But you could, and remember, I do drop these readings a few days before the actual week. So if you haven't had that moment yet, have that time, really have that time to really sort things out and put yourself in this headspace where you can, you know, see things clearly, think clearly. And if there is someone else involved that there's been a little spat, or there could have been just not seeing eye to eye, have some resolution with that. All right. Have some resolution with that. But again, Nine of Swords in your past, and then look at what's in the heart of your spread. You got the Lovers. Now, why is this such a big deal? Why is this such a big deal? Because what did I say earlier? We got Venus, the Sun, and Jupiter moving into Gemini, the Lovers ruled by Gemini. Gemini is their seventh house of love, of partnerships. But the big thing here, so partnerships, relationships, right, is what I said. Now, this can be love, romance. Yeah, it could be a big thing for you this week. It could be career. Okay, it could be platonic. There could be something here where it's just this being in touch with your super conscious, love on whole, like transcendent. Okay. Now, the reason why this is doubly so of a big deal is that, don't forget, Mars is in Aries still with the North Node in your fifth house. Okay. Joy, love, pleasure, relationships, romance. Okay, so big. Fifth house is also like creativity, self-expression, everything that you are definitely going to be feeling this week that I just discussed earlier. This is just blowing me away. So really, really nice. You could be in fact, you know, the Nine of Swords is a Gemini card. This is a Gemini card too. So you could be moving in a place where you are having resolution, and then
Now it's just like this profound love that you feel, whether it's again like maybe a colleague or a boss or romantically or whatnot. But it could be like the end of something that you have resolution for, and now you're making room for something else to come through. That is I mean, look at that sun. Look at that sun. I mean, didn't I say the sun is moving into Gemini? And again, the Lover's card attributed to Gemini. Like this is going to be really big. Sun all about optimism and vitality, growth too. That's like a big thing with the sun, and it's also like abundance. Like you are great. And this is like you too. And it's that whole balance of like mind, body, spirit. This is just so nice. And you see the archangel here in the heart of your spread, Archangel Raphael, a healer, a big healer here. And so it seems like you are going to have some choices as well in terms of directions that you want to go with a partnership relationship as well. Really nice. You have the Two of Wands in your challenge area. This is just saying that there may be you a little bit hesitant about something. Take your time. Just take your time. This is a lot of like kind of like seeing the big picture, but planning for your next step as well. It's in your challenge area. So take some time. Don't rush into things. You got a lot of time. Jupiter and Gemini is going to be there for an entire year. So really just take that time planning things out, especially knowing what you want. It seems like that this week you may have one foot in the door, one foot out. That's completely fine. Trust your intuition. Just go at your own pace, at your comfort level, where you feel it in your soul. This is the right time for me. Okay. But plan things out. Now you have the Four of Pentacles in your crown. Okay. So very interesting here. It seems like you do want to put a lot of things in order. And I've been mentioning this in, a couple other signs. Like this is a big shift. The fact that we are, first of all, Taurus and Gemini are so different from each other. And now we're having this huge shift of the Sun, Venus, and Jupiter all moving into Gemini the same week. So that is a big shift. So it's a lot of like getting your footing as well. But it's also like building this foundation for yourself and having that structure and stability. Four is all about order. And it can have to do with finances. And I'm doubling down with you here because this is a Capricorn card. It's actually attributed to Sun in Capricorn, and Capricorn does rule your second house of money and finances and salary, etc. So you could be thinking about that as well in terms of like moving forward, that stability, financial security, but also just putting things in order, even though it's pentacles are your physical reality. So just that foundations of your life. So you may be thinking about that as you move forward. You have the Eight of Swords in the root of your spread. So again, there is that sense of, this is likely a week where you could be in your head a little bit. So if you don't have this moment of having that resolution, you could feel maybe a little bit stuck, feel like you're moving backwards, right? Especially when you see the Nine of Swords in your past and then the Eight of Swords moving backwards and the root of your spread. But what's really interesting is that the Eight of Swords is also a Gemini card, right? 8, 9, 10, they're all Gemini cards of the sword suit. And so again, your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. So there could be a sense of like, this is, by the way, we call it the self-victim card. So it would be you that's putting yourself in this situation where there's something that you need to face that you may not be doing it this week. But again, plan things out, trust, remember, mind, body, spirit, go with your intuition. You got an archangel guiding you. Trust your spirit guides, all of that, right? But Eight of Swords and the root of your spread. Again, the self-victim card, she put herself here. So really, really see things at face value. Anything that you may, like fear is a thing associated with this card. Fear is fiction. Remember that, okay? Everyone creates this fear in their head. You can conquer it. You've got 2 Pluto trines this week. It's all about your empowerment. Okay. So remember what I said, breaking free from those chains of kryptonite, because you're Supergirl, Superman. You could even see her feet are free. She can walk out of this. Okay. Those swords are not completely encircling her. It's not a cage, right? She can walk out anytime she wants. So this is you. You can walk out anytime you want. But remember, at your comfort level, okay, with the 2 of Wands here, to the point where you're comfortable taking off that blindfold, but sort things out this week that will be beneficial for you. And, I'll even, I'll clarify that for you. Oh, funny. Look at that. Okay. Moon, which showed up earlier, full moon in your sign this week. But what's really interesting is this card is the moon in tarot is attributed to Pisces, interestingly enough. So remember, you have Saturn in Pisces, you have Neptune in Pisces on your 4th house. Remember your domestic sector. You already see that up here. there really could be something here where there's and remember that's like family, significant other, children, things like that, where you may have like this fear that you're really, really internalizing. Okay, you're gonna be fine. Look, you've got the Emperor in your future. Okay, so you're gonna be fine. Remember, it's you conquering it. Okay, you're Superman, you're Supergirl, you're Amy Adams, whoever you are. Communicate, do your thing. There's nothing. You're gonna be 1,000% fine. You've got choices. You got the power in your hand. That's what the Lover's card is. You got that choice. All this love. What are you gonna do with it? Your love. You have that choice. Meaning you have that power. So you have a lot of power this week. I want you to use it. Okay. So very interesting. The moon came up with the Eight of Swords. So this is all just saying that it is likely you that may have to face some fears or face some truths that will help you move forward. Okay, it will help you evolve. It will help you become like a better version of yourself, the best version of yourself as well. So really, really do that. And then you have the Emperor in your future, and this is someone who, speaking of power, this is mastery of self. This is knowing who you are. This is having, not only power and authority, but someone who has a lot of passion for that power and authority. And for, he lays down the laws, the Emperor. He's the ruler, not only of his own destiny, of his kingdom. So a lot of power here, a lot of power, a lot of wisdom, a lot of passion. You're good. You're absolutely good. You're moving into this place, but just don't stress too much about something. Have resolution, okay? Should something come up. All right. Now let's get to your stuff. Oh my goodness, Sagittarius. If you like this reading, it would be great if you subscribe, leave comments, y'all. I want to know what's going on. I really want to know what's happening during this full moon for you. It's a big full moon. It's the best one of 2024. And I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Okay, so yeah, there's something that you're gonna have to let go because you're holding on to something from the past, and it's not gonna be healthy for you. And I'm just gonna go ahead and clarify two things here. Yeah, you have to let something go. I'm gonna say that now, and when you do, you're gonna be 1,000% fine. I wanted to do one more clarifier here. You did get the Three of Swords, so definitely something that could have to do with a partnership and relationship again, because this is Three of Swords is attributed to Saturn and Libra. It's a Libra card. Libra is the ruler of partnerships and relationships. So remember, that is a big theme that's showing up here. But definitely have that moment. It may be hard for you, but look at all that power. It's like you get your power back once you let that one thing go, okay? And once you have that healing, remember, you have the healer in the heart of your spread. You can heal and move into all this empowerment and self-empowerment. Now, you also have the Queen of Cups, all right? So you do want that. You want this love. You want this, and this is a great sign. This is, the Queen of Cups. This is the Princess Diana of Tarot. This is someone who has so much love to give, self-love to. Remember, everything comes from self-love. All right, so have that self-love, and everything falls into place. Okay, everything falls into place. And she's also very intuitive, so really trusting her intuition at this time as well. She's the most intuitive queen. Now you also have the Knight of Swords. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do it. Let's go. You have this enthusiasm. It looks like there's someone else in your life that has a lot of enthusiasm, and funny enough, Knight of Swords is Gemini, okay? So you and all these Gemini cards as we move into Gemini season, your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. This is, so yeah, it could be a Gemini. It could be a Gemini that's, or Gemini rising or Gemini moon, but even still, this is just bold, courageous, moving into the storm, fearless energy. I want you to feel that energy, okay? And this is, remember, swords are the, air suit, mental suit, even the way that you're seeing things, thinking about things, and again, unrooting things and just moving forward. That's all this is saying, is just, let's do it. Let's leave this in the past. You got the Hierophant. You want to. This is, he's the connector between the divine, our physical reality, a lot of spiritual energy here. Really, really, really nice with the Hierophant and the Emperor. They both love not only structure, by the way, which is, really handling the shift of moving into, Gemini season with all these Gemini shifts, but also the two Pluto trines that are very powerful this week. But the Emperor and the Hierophant, not only do they like structure, they love being leaders. They love being leaders. They love being looked up to. They love being the leaders of like a group, organization, society, things like that. Okay. But there is that spiritual quality that comes with the Hierophant that makes him different. He is full of so much knowledge, deep sacred knowledge. Wisdom is a big thing here. Okay. You even see the two great columns, they represents that wisdom. Now you have the Five of Cups in your final outcome. And I went ahead and clarified that, King of Wands. All right. Very, very interesting. Very interesting because Five of Cups is Scorpio. It's actually Mars in Scorpio, but nonetheless, Scorpio card. Scorpio rules your 12th house up here. All right. So again, 12th house is the subconscious, it's hidden things, but it's also self-sabotage. It's also, fears. Okay. And so remember, we talked about this here. There may be something that you may, but you see, again, he's looking back at the past. He's looking at the past, at the spilled cups. Do you see the water running under the bridge? Okay. So you see the two cups behind him. So it's a matter of picking up these cups and crossing the bridge, letting water be under the bridge, and knowing this has happened. It's happened. Okay. And so moving forward, remember, this is all about moving forward into your personal empowerment here. All right. So there is something here that likely is going to be something that, it seems like you are, again, you have the Eight of Swords with the Moon with the Three of Swords. So there, it really is something where you feel that it could be like someone did something to you, or you felt hurt by someone and it just didn't get resolved. But and it could be taking up too much of your headspace, but this is the week to start anew. Okay. To have that moment, to move forward. Remember, don't let your past dictate your present. All right. Don't let your past dictate your future. You have the King of Wands in your future. This is really amazing. You know what's really amazing is you've got the Hierophant and the King of Wands. King of Wands is Leo. Okay, so Leo does rule your 9th house of spirituality. But even still, this is epitome of fire. And you being a fire sign blends really well with you. This is complete transformation, moving into your power of all your passions, sitting in this throne. Complete. I mean, like, remember, a lot of passion this week, compassion this week. But this is really nice. This is you again. Like, you just can't sit still. Like, once you move forward, once you let go of the past, like, you can even see him. He's the only king that, like, kind of, you see him leaning out of his throne. Like, he can't sit still. Like, he's got so much energy. He's got so much passion to do things, to pursue his passions. And even though he's sitting in that throne and he is this big leader, and you've got all these leader cards in your your personal empowerment, that's what this is. Okay. So that full moon, full moons are emotional. You know that. Like, we all know full moons are emotional, but this one is very optimistic. It's in your sign, which means you will definitely be affected the most. But remember, it's a time there's closures, endings, things like that, but also those new beginnings and the healing that I said from the very beginning, shifting that energy there. And so it's letting these things go, but you're absolutely great. You just got to let go of something from the past. You got the Lovers in the order of your spread with the Emperor, with the Knight of Swords. You have the King of Wands in your final outcome. So there is something where it may be hard for you to let go, but you're going to feel really great when you do. Okay. And you're going to have so much power when you do. So Sagittarius, thanks so much. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what is that one thing that you may be thinking like, okay, I've got to remember in the heart of your spread, it's your choice. Okay. Remember that with the Lovers card, it's your choice. All right. Anyway, so we'll talk more next week. All right, Sagittarius, thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.